Hello, and we're back to City Cruise Live, and we are continuing straight away with Valhalla, and it's a wonderful world. We gotta get $5,500 more before the end of this week, or in like 3 days, I think. I don't know if we can. Hopefully we do, but we shall see. Wednesday, December 28th. Good evening. Ah, Jill. I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers. It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the dog? Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more than dogs when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Wait, he just like popped in for like a second. What? Time to mix drinks and change lives. Ah, that guy wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday. Yes. There were a lot of weird explosions noises throughout the night, but as far as I understand, those were made by flying drones or something like that. So it flew by here. I take it you know what made those noises? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Alright. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity? I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting. It didn't get far away. Now get me a Mars blast. Here you go. Well, you didn't mess it up.
Sorry, if I may interject.
You're looking for a fight?
Most certainly not.
You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty.
Joe, please. You make it sound like I'm a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that.
You're right, sorry.
And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks.
What about it?
Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest try the Surplex next time? It might be your liking.
Okay. I'll try the Surplex thing. Right. Let's give Ingram a Surplex. Why, that sounded weird. Ah, yeah, sense of humor. It's hilarious. Hilarious joke. Oh wait, no, I was doing Sparkle style. That is completely the opposite. That is girly and happy. That was Surplex. So it's on the rocks. Yeah, good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister.
Call me JB. And you are?
I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file at, did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge?
I did, actually.
Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal.
Whoa! Jason!
Look who we have here! It's been a long time. Are you using a different account as well? Huh, but good to see you back. You missed out on a lot of streams, although I'm not sure if this game is kinda your kind of game to watch. I think you'd find it a bit boring, but I find it interesting. Anyway. And almost only people streams feel oddly suicidal. Yeah, I forgot password. Why do people always forget their passwords? I have all my passwords written down in a safe place. So why do you go through that whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something?
The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity.
I see. How does the expunge work?
Oh wait, that was not... You lie in a pressure chamber and they gave you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For the first 5 hours, you're trapped in bed with while a horrible pressure builds up in your body. The nanomachines are forced out.
That sounds painful.
They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eye, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies.
Ouch. What are you having, Jamie?
This is a gut punch.
Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those.
Sure. A gut punch.
Here. Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours though.
I add a couple extras in his actually.
So where's the antibodies unit they stuck on you, Jamie?
Inside all the other mechanisms inside. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having the nanomachines in the body outweighs the cons.
And the rest of the enhancements? Yeah, were you reconstructed or you have been adding them over time?
Over time, either by getting a much needed enhancement or through fixing injuries.
I see. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Jamie. But I gotta leave.
Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again.
Don't count of it. You said that twice. Shut up.
Seems like a nice guy.
Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch.
Maybe you caught him on a bad day.
Nah, I think you just got him at just that good at bringing the nicer side of people, oddly enough. The guy tries the hell out of me.
Someone's in a good mood.
Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. A bad touch for Alma? You and me, baby, ain't nothing but men, so do what they do in the Discovery Channel. Here. Jill, you have such a pretty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So, what put you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got in the back of a parking lot.
Nice.
And to top it all off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to the court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed up, huh? When they came back to the house, and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Eva comes and says, then make sure it kills you, because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know, maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the amnesty for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time, we even slept on the same bed for a while. And then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I couldn't forgive her all of that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there was something in particular I still can't forgive. It was the day she invited her friends to our house, and I went to ask her something, and I was leaving. And as I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister, and she said she had no little sisters. Ouch. I think that was the moment that finally broke this pedestal I had held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, the admiration wore off, until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't felt being able to forgive after 40 years? Hey, it's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather that the Deanna who said all those things so many years ago is still the same Diana I know today. Diana? How so? It hasn't matured. She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult, you see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she made sure not to fix that impression. But enough about me. How are you going? Everything's fine aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah. I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As I do. So, what's the problem then? The same fears that drove me away from her the first time. Right. Give me a brandini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. Right. So much talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, whoops. Here. This is the thing. Let's start. Boo. Who is this? Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became amnesty, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from her sister. That time. What is this game about? You know, I've played this for about 6 streams. No, actually like 10 streams. And I still don't know. All you do is mix drinks and change lives, as she says at the start of every day. It's just about having conversations with people and like learning about the characters. You kind of have to watch all of the streams to understand, because it progresses and like you get to like actually be friends with like the characters and stuff. It's pretty interesting, but you have to play it from start to finish. It's kind of hard to just jump into randomly. With time, the girl would become attached to her elder sister, looking up to achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire her high-ranking lips? And there's also lots of lewdness, if you haven't seen already. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, can I lift her sweater? Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Alright, enough. What? Peace out. I mean, I know the girl is you and the sister. Please get the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. Yeah, okay. Who is that random person that, like, appears? It's so weird. Ah, dang. Ah, dang it.
keep messing it up. Thanks. So tell me, did you and Discapsy girl get along? Oh yeah. Okay, now they're just talking about like getting along. So I'm gonna skip that. Oh yeah, Patty. Sure, cool. You're here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? Anyway, call me if anything comes up. Cool. Break time. So yeah, you just chat to people and like get to know them. And it's kind of like a story. It doesn't really have gameplay to it. But it's a cool story. I like it. And depending on if I were to mess up drinks, I think that would change some of the story. But I haven't been messing up drinks because I'm trying to do a good one. Chill, the kid's looking for you. Oh. Hey. Ah, Norma. Phew. You're back. Oh. Anna, what even are you? You're not even a person. You're like a hologram. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said it out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Phew, she thought it was for her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Oh, so responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. And said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And, well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that I'd be a waste to spend money on university, just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore. Glad to hear that. And well, I wanted to thank you for that. Me? If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right, I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting her. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Oh, so sweet. Shut up. Hey Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a Bleeding Jane, please. On it. Bleeding Jane. Thanks. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can't I? You're the main character. I don't know. Fourth wall breaking. Who is this Anna person? What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you please hand me here a beer, please? Sure. Why is he making me make his stuff? Thanks. Would you lighten up? If I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There. Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Nobody expects the Dorothy Inquisition. Ouch, I bit my tongue. I can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early in the night. Honey! Hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. Fluffy dream. 1, 2, 3. Also, you come to this stream to watch me do funny voices, because that's what I've done most of the time. Thanks. Oh yeah, before I leave. You leave? What? Are you throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be there then. Well, I got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm not going out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Who the hell's Becky? Becky? Who's Becky?
Who's what? You said... I said nothing. Okay, that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at a risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Please. Well, I guess that's it for the day. You sure you're fine? I am, don't worry. You're good. Mind if I ask you a silly question? You seem like clients, you can ask... You can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves though. Sorry, what did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess the sound set of ears look like a cat, but the word boomers seems so out of place. Not so much when you consider that it's not them, but their parents who were called such. Oh. Let's go a bit back first. You know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still in a fetus, right? That's called Yamazaki Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romanova treatment? Let's call it the catification procedure. Yes, that's very easier to say. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on the fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funny got caught in the middle of it, at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention the Zabatu Corp's record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by the Mackies. Let's call him that. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stella funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Silva Sandrovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of the scientific breakthrough. But then the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through this catification procedure even if they had no ailment at all. All because of a particular girl whose life got saved through the treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born, and their parents got called cat boomers. A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. A fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually cat boomers just started being used for the people with the protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions, why is that? Because that's what they are. Yeah? You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus they can move like any other... Okay, get to the point. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears. They are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thank you. Don't worry, I feel like I should apologize for talking so much myself. Okay. Wait, what? Yeah, the guy's name was Strandfish, eh? I just remembered, so I was around my age. When I was a teen, there was some special TV show featuring her. Okay. Why did you just need to shout? Sorry. Okay. End of the day. Okay, Jill is thinking a lot about Kiramiki. I thought I already bought one of those. Oh, I didn't. There we go. We don't have many days to get to $1,000 though. Closing down. Yeah, birth rates decrease as the youth prefer Lilum company. These are the things that might actually happen in the future. Like, it depends on how much technology advances. But like, things be possible. And we shall continue because there is still enough time. So on to the next day. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we've almost wait.
Shaggy!
Oh, someone followed? Oh, Jason. Thanks for the follow. Again. I think I have like 3 of your accounts following me. But anyway, it keeps making our numbers go up, and that's all that matters. As long as I have... It makes it look like I'm popular when I'm not. Okay, so we got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gilligan, Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare say a lady by herself. If you subscribe, then you can use my WoW. Maybe one day you can subscribe and you can use the WoW. Wow. I could go, but please have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being a delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine. Give me that list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? He what? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just starting to open up. But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not going to let that happen. He's opening up for sakes. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me? Okay. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gil with the crush, huh? This place? Great! Oh, if it isn't... Ah, this chick. Hey Jill. Sorry, but is there anything I can hide? Anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. My boss, a stalked woman incoming. The door's open. Go ahead, the door's on the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one in the there's the bathroom. Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Everyone's coming into the game now. Coming into the bar. No. Where did she? Oh, hello. Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh, he remembered me after 2 weeks. Usual drink, huh? I think it was a beer. He liked his beers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. Sure, good enough. The papers have been a mess lately. You'd think with all of that happenings, they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations and I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? Paper that will over-centralize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls. In the non-pleasant way. Zapadu Corp and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report of them once and they'll find something to find you with. Twice and you'll find yourself I can't read. twice and you'll find your resources quite severely cut. Anything beyond that, and the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know that more newsworthy things than whatever it is the late lackey picked out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is out on the line. Huh. Glad to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC have been going ape and closing bars lately. Oh yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed 3 smaller bars that served an illegal chicken restaurant. Huh. Okay, no problem. See you, Jason. Glad you could tune in. After this game, we'll be playing something, I don't know, more interesting, I guess. Not to mention, there are like hundreds of people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BCC after the whole thing. Man, ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlets talks about that. Alright, kid. Let's try to a moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. A moonblast. 1, 1, 2. Ah, whoops. What did I do wrong? Ah, I forgot the powder. Here. Now, let's see what this ruckus is about. So... what brought you here? Oh, right. Did you see the Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Onco concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really. She's just hitting on her. Hey, I said hitting on, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also, hot ass and tits. Oh, okay. It was great. It was great. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hot and curious as right now. I want to know just how detailed the Ken Class 1A models are, personally. And has he followed her? I have yet to meet a woman that can't resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. Lovely relationship you got there. I'm sure everything's great. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Right. I'm gonna just do it. I know I should probably mess up his drink at this point because he's being inappropriate, but like, I also gotta get money. Here. Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I'll have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit better like her. Look a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me. Dana, hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple photos. How nice of you. It's nothing really, and she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Let's just give it a sugar rush. Here. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humour him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come onto you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyway. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Figure what? You are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it out of rumor, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough. It wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited that they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans. It doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image of me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't heard much exposure to your work, but a few things I've heard are really good. I'm not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let's see. Tea like something bitter but girly is fine too. Bitter but girly. Tastes like old chocolate milk with... Yeah, that sounds like tea. Old chocolate milk, okay. Tea is not old chocolate milk, but, you know. Yeah, this works. Hey, you're a king class, so right? Yeah, that I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any difference between that and that? We both serve the same purpose, but do have ports on their head which make them more versatile. My line lacks that, or the resilience of the but where it's had more polish elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. I see. So anything new for this concert? Well, it's an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go for the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like anything, like maybe like a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return they sang Your Love Is a Drug. So do you know the B-Link girls? Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different... Noise outside. From their onstage performance they are, really? Susie, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Anna is party girl, but through and through. I mean, if they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe. I mean, the image is that of a stocky girls with little expression, almost like living Victorian monk dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in public. They told me if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept, and Also, they took the opposite route, becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy dolls would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol hate and hate. Sure, I guess. Well, I gotta go, but let's have a sparkle star first. This game is really good at developing the characters, so it feels like I'm there. Sparkling. Feels like I actually care about them. Well, it's always a pleasure, deal. Please come again, will do. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. Save. Note to self, buy oil for that door. Gil, you're in my spot, please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of the boss's chicken buckets. Did the boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings. Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with the bleeding chain today. So those cat ears aren't ears. But they move, which is kind of weird. Were they always animated like this? I don't remember her moving this much. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you today? Waiting for say. Came by myself actually. I was in the area and stopped by to say hi. Oh, it's pretty interesting though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean, really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today though, I see. Hey Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on a piece of the white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having this. After the events. Okay, so people are selling white knight stuff. Nice. Okay. That's interesting. Here's a freebie, in fact. Now, gotcha. Okay, I don't know, they're just talking about weird things I don't really care about. Like, I know it's kind of important, but like, all that. Can I get a brandy? Sure. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit, yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets to the Kirimiki concert. Nice. Alright, that turns out she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. Like, and the last time, she was quite the graceful client. But having... I see. Being a nice person will take you far though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. Okay. But more important, Daddy. Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, sure. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, classic Greek. I'm just kind of getting tired of like random conversation. But like I guess it does have like, I don't know. But they're not talking about like anything truly interesting. Oh, okay, now it's interesting. Say, tell me about your eye. That, oh yeah, I knew. Did? Say, tell me, I'm alright, don't worry. Still, that was quite the, I mean, damn. We all have our own share of painful stories. I might be just as shocked hearing something from you. I've gotten over it, but every time someone brings attention to my eyes, it starts hurting. The tech in the replacement is good enough, but remembering it hurts a bit. Oh, still, she told you about the guy, Vigilio guy, didn't she? You know him? Giulio Amadeo. Didn't have any results but after digging deeper we found another name. Timothy Mercury, branded traitor. After killing a fellow white knight, declared MIA. Seems like the guy knew how to hide himself. What are you gonna do? At the very least, seek him to thank him. It's the least I can do. Oh, wait. I just realized something off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be painted anyway? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was painted in the first place. It isn't? Savage has been so paranoid about making White Knight untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilizes everyone still until inside one of those. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal. The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point of our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Hell, I'm on. Oh no, hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy. Something I will fight to uphold. First a greeting stop, then saying please and thank you stops, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're over-exaggerating. Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Joe. Once upon a midnight dreary while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." You overdid it, you totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender, I did not. So you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big Colbert velvet, sure. the rocks and mixed. Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadow Master 69's Chronicles ring any bell? Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card reading told me that I had to meet great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had to pick for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. Don't seem to have fun with what those mentions. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources on the topic of on the top of my head that have all the stuff archived. But why? Sheesh, relax, it's not that bad. What do you mean, it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? You're all being young, Jill, relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're still not like that, right? God no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... Ugh. I don't know. I like that way, the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessories popping out thanks to the color. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick? Oh god, you have a pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just did a research engine. You know, I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize the main mail account where everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You're obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kinda almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals would feel with evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 69, not 6'9", not 69. Like the reference to both lovers in The Hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choice. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I knew that a 69 was what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten up things with I'll have a sugar rush. Are they trendy now or something? A lot of people have been having a sugar rush. Here, this is the thing. Say Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I guess. Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends, and I describe as such that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girls trying to pick a fight and me just saying keep the... The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought he'd be funny to punch me in the arm. Started with a friendly hit and before you know it... Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard, who I spent almost 4 years with him. We got pretty well. He got on along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he was a family person. He distanced himself from his own, and he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe Even if for a little bit, that maybe he changed his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to repress you. Bring me a beer, will you? I don't know why my nose is so itchy today. Don't mention it. Okay. No more question. One more question. Wow, you really are embarrassed with the blood, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Oh, implants. Sheila, I love you, and you know you're saying that in jest. Oh. But I've lived through many rumors about me getting plastic surgery, but I can't and I won't take it as a joke. As such, and honouring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real and they're spectacular. Oh my. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I grant you one, and only one, chance to call me by my full name as a compensation then. I'll gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Wait, what? Yeah, chopped? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Wait, what? Well, we couldn't see from the hands down. What? The first is that, does she have robotic arms now or just no hands? Is that I spent a lot of time typing. Oh, okay, she got replacements, help to avoid. Still weird. There's other utilities like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer cursor. There's a lot more, but they're small things that don't sound too impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this lady who had a right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice. They can get a natural replacement. A bit of a cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and her family agreed with the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. Oh, it is robotic and interesting. So, are we cool now? We're pretty pissed about my comment regarding her boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about it. Besides, I get to call you Julian once. Now you don't. Why? You just called me my full name. Are you serious? One chance, and only one chance, and you used it up. Damn it. Surprise. Hey Alma. This might get weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey. Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once. It was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachines cluster would leave the body after death. And when acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves, the result would basically be an image unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even with 5% of the amount needed to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still, it's an interesting read though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you're convinced yourself that you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Jill? For some reason the idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am. Yeah, why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? when you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... no, seriously, 8 Grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show. It just so happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theatre. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for any more bad-mouthing of wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh well, wait, what? Come here. What? What? 8th grade, what? Okay. Who would have thought we'd be bona fide idle in the bar? I couldn't pay her rent. This will distract her. Oh no! Oh, by the 30. Will distract her at work. Oh no. I wanted to pay the rent. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Valhalla. The name sounds silly and it's a bit hard to pronounce. Good thing it's actually called Valhalla. The funny numbers and letters are just a code. Anyway, I visited this cute small bar downtown twice. After getting lost for a bit, I think the area is called Neon District. At first it was a bit scary, but because I forgot my way. Okay. New regulations for looking too human. Okay. Well, that's gonna be it for today. We didn't get enough money for paying the rent, so I wonder what's gonna happen. Hopefully it doesn't change too much, because I don't want to get a bad ending or anything. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Sea to Cruise Live, where we will continue, and I'm not sure how many more days is left in this game. It's on so much. Anyway, bye!